Dear ladies and gentlemen, we are going to continue our working day and we are going to talk on the topic shortlist candidates of the internship program of Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine for 2015-2016. We are going to have Maria Savina, Executive Director of the NGO League of Interns, Vitaly Gordos, the League of Interns, and their colleagues. Please, you have the floor. Good afternoon. My name is Maria Savina. I'm Executive Director of the NGO League of Interns. So please, could you put the slides on the screen? Today we would like to present the program for internship in the Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine and in the central executive power body, since we will declare the competition for the candidates for this program. This is going to be a very interesting program for the youth. The program of internship at the Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine has been in place for 20 years now. This year we had the 20th graduation ceremony, and we are talking about 1,500 graduates over this period of time. Our graduates actually work in different directions. We are talking about the legislative authority. They work in the Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine, in the Ombudsman office, in the Legislation Institute, and the central authorities in ministers and the departments, in this judicial branch, including constitutional and supreme courts, and also they work in the as public figures in business and education, science, and other spheres of life. We have something to take special pride in, because over this period of time, among the graduates of our program, 4 became MPs: Valery Kaputson, Pavlo Pinzenik, Stepan Barna, and Ostap Semirak. Also, our graduate is Andrei Magera, who is the Deputy Chairman of the Central Election Committee. As I already mentioned, the internship program already celebrated its 20th anniversary. It was started in 1995 on the initiative of the Association of Former Congressmen of the United States of America. Over the period of its existence, the program was administered by different organizations, mainly those who were the Project for Technical Assistance to the Parliament of Ukraine. But in 2009, they founded the public organization League of Interns, Association of Graduates of the Program of Internship at Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine, and Central Authority agencies. Since then, the administration program is in the hands of this organization. It is being administered by the graduates of this program. It is very important that this program is supported and has been supported by the USAID for this period of time, and since 2014 we've been in close cooperation in the Rada. The public organization, the League of Interns, was founded in 2009 by our graduates of our program, in order to administer this program and also to find the opportunities for jobs of the graduates. The chairman of this organization, fortunately he could not join us today, is Prytula since 2011. Also, we involve our graduates in the work of our organization. Over the period of the existence of the League of Interns, approximately 160 graduates became the members of our organization. It's very important to mention the mission of this program of internship. Our mission is to ensure the introduction, or let's say, the positive changes in this country by training a new political elite. This program allows not only the young people and development, but also it makes its contribution to the activities of the Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine and the central bodies of power. And it allows to find the jobs in those bodies, for young people, and also to renovate the composition of the central power bodies and the Verkhovna Rada. Why it is important? This is the only program which can give a chance to young people, to young men or women, to get to the Verkhovna Rada on a very honest way, without any connections, without any money paid, as is often the case, and try their abilities and skills in the public service. This can actually enhance the prestige of the service and give them possibility to be involved in this kind of activities. I mean, the young people. Our philosophy is to invite young people to participate in this program. We invite the young people from different regions of Ukraine. Among the graduates of this program, about 75% is the share of the representatives of different regions of Ukraine. In other words, we are orientated not only to the city of Kyiv and Kyiv region, but we try to support young people from all nooks of this country in order for them to get through this kind of internship program. And now the assistant of this program is going to speak in more details about the competition and the requirements for the candidates for the participation in this project. Good afternoon. Generally speaking, the procedure of selection is as follows. It consists of two stages. Stage one, selection of the participants based on the analysis of the application forms. The commission composition includes up to 5 persons, and each form is being encoded and is decoded only after the announcement of the results of the first stage. The commission, which evaluates the forms, includes both the representatives of the public authorities and the NGO League of interns and our partners. The second stage is the interview. Actually, interviews take place usually in the second half of September, and we invite the best applicants to participate for the interview stage. The commission consists between 12 and 15 persons, including representatives of the executive and legislative authorities, and also representatives of the League of Intern NGO and our partner organizations. In the course of interview, there would be interns are verified for their knowledge of the constitution of Ukraine and general political system and history of this country. There are 4 components of the internship program. Direct internship, the second component is training, and then the interns during their internship can attend training courses after graduation, from which they are issued certificates. The third component is the development of potential of leadership. And the interns, we meet with different politicians, cultural figures, famous and outstanding experts, etc., etc. And the stage number 4, or component number 4, is the recreational leisure. The interns are given the opportunity to attend different cultural events, which very often they are participants themselves. Also, we arrange for them some guided trips to different museums, in particular in the Museum of Treasures of the National Bank of Ukraine, an excursion to the Cabinet of Ministers of Ukraine, Verkhovna Rada, etc., etc. The form internship, well, generally we have 3 different forms: the full day, from 9 to 19 hours, part-time from 9 to 13, or from 13 to 19. And the third form of internship is the volunteer. According to the terms and conditions of internship, we are talking about 4 hours per week. Internship lasts up to 8-9 months. Actually, during the curriculum, the interns were in probation. Different bodies of the state power, the executive powers, the ministries, the ombudsman office, the Chamber of Accounts of Ukraine, the European Center of Information Support, the Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine, etc. To mention a few, last year in 2014-2015, they had internship in the Secretariat of the Verkhovna Rada, also structural divisions of the Verkhovna Rada, let's say, system in the presidential administration, etc. Regarding the funding, the financial support to the program is provided by the public organizations and, let's say, the charity foundations and international sponsors. Among the participants in this program, 2014-2015, 19 interns were receiving the special sponsorship. Savage, the foundation construction sector, the German International Cooperation Organization, and the support was given to the graduates of the internship program. Then I'm going to turn the mic to the member of our board, Vitaly Gordos. Good afternoon. I'm a graduate of the first team of this program. We are talking a lot today that the social lifts do not operate, and that the young people cannot make their way to the public authorities. But this is a graphic example of a program which can ensure social lift from any district center and to find their way under the cupola of the Verkhovna Rada. If I did that, why other people cannot do that? Anybody with a higher education and bachelors can apply to become that, to demonstrate their skills and immediately find their way to the Verkhovna Rada and to find Ukraine to build a democratic state.
It's not just being in the parliament. You can see new things, you can meet new people, and they're like beautiful, talented, smart, ambitious people from all Ukraine are there. And as we have like a boiler of representatives from all the parts of Ukraine, we were all together. And that's a great experience of friendship and partnership that continues for 20 years with the majority of participants of the program I worked with. That's why I recommend to all young and not young people to apply. The more we have participants in the competition, the better it will be for the Ukraine and for the program, and the better people we can select and send them to work in the parliament or in other agencies of Ukraine. I recommend, I insist, apply. Thank you. As to application forms, think before you fill them. And some more requirements to applicants I would like to mention. First of all, we invite young people from up to 29 years old at the moment of applying. The competition, we receive application forms until August 10, 9 a.m. You need to have the level of bachelor degree or educational specialist. Also, when we select as a recommendation, pay attention to, in your application, to all the points. Because we ask not only about your education, but also about your civic activity, about your academic activity, about trainings and courses you participated, and also attention to foreign language. It's important because now the majority of committees in the parliament have international cooperation. That's why even average level of English is necessary for that. If you apply to the Committee of Foreign Affairs, for example, or interparliamentary connections or relations, it's better to have, it's desired to have a very good English, and very often it's French and German. Once again, I would like to remind you that the selection during this process is quite blind. When we code those application forms, members of the committee, they don't know your age, your gender, your name. So in such a way, we provide guarantee honest selection. Be active, apply. We are looking forward for you in our program. All details are on our website, www.intern.org.ua. Also, you can download an application form and get our phone numbers for additional questions. Thank you. Thank you very much. Is there any question? Then a question from us. How long internship lasts? And you can say, you said that one can work in a committee, in the parliament, also in the government. What is the relation and what's the competition for one seat for intern in such a program? Internship programs last 8 months since the middle of November until the middle of July. It's quite a long internship. Why we have such a long term for internship? For people not just to enter into the committees or the parliament, to see MPs and to see what's how they work on laws, and we want them to work on that directly. It's responsible. That's why those who work in the parliament, in the secretariat, they need time to understand interns and to assess the knowledge level and to trust responsibility, to delegate responsibility. So to correlation. Now we have a competition for internship in the parliament. It's in the majority of the committees in the parliament, and to select the committee in which there will be interns, that options are filled in the application form, and competition for internship in ministries, it will be announced later, but they will start at the same time in November. Every year the number of interns is different because we assess requests from committees and all the parliament of Ukraine. For this year we selected 105 interns, and they worked in 5 in the presidential administration, 2 in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the rest in the parliament. This year we plan to cooperate with 5 ministries, and our Ministry of Justice, Finances, Foreign Affairs, Infrastructure and Economy. Maybe other ministries will participate. In every ministry we have about from 2 to 5 interns. As to the competition for different forms of internship is different also, because the competition for part-time is bigger. If you take 2 stages, so that's about 6 people per seat. It happens because people who apply for that kind of internship, they're a student at the same time, or they're working somewhere. So that's why there are more of those who would like to participate in such a form of internship than those who would like to work full-time during 8 months. For internship, for full-time, we have 4 people per seat. I have questions about ministries. Maybe.
Вам МЗС, це було в прес-службі міністерства, чи це було в якихось...
And where did they work? In ministries or in departments? Yeah, they work in departments, not in the press service. So, if, for example, this year you agree with the Ministry of Infrastructure, it will be necessary for interns to have knowledge, not in the law, but in the field of economy, right? Such requirements are provided by ministries. Very often they need lawyers. They have law departments. And ministries, in fact, also subjects of legislative initiative, and they participate in legislation process. So that question makes me mention one thing. We don't pay attention during the first round of selections to education of applicants. The Parliament has different committees, likewise ministries. That's why we have only not the economists, lawyers, and international lawyers, but also agrarian psychologists, philologists, translators. So there is a room for anyone in the Parliament. It's important for them to have motivation, and it's important that they want to do something. It was about almost my future question, whether philologists and mathematicians have a chance to participate in the program. Do you get a request from local authority, from ministries, or you work on the list, or you tell them we can offer you 5 interns? The Parliament of Ukraine cooperates with us for 20 years, so this is everything is clear. As soon as we have our interns graduate in July, they send the request for the next year. Because of deputies' vacations from July to November, committees are working without interns because they've got used to additional workers. So that's why they send requests on their own. If we speak about ministry's initiative, comes from us, and we ask them if they would like to cooperate, and also if they need interns. It's very interesting. We have very good cooperation with the Ministry of Justice and with the Deputy Minister of Justice, Gegitsadze, because he suggested to cover with that not only ministries but also all regional departments of justice. For us, it's a challenge because it's very difficult to administer the program in different regions, but I believe that we'll handle that. A great initiative. If there is any question, please. If not, thank you very much for your briefing. I liked it very much. As a philologist, I started to think about participation in your project. And we'll have the next presentation at 12:30 by Colonel Lysenko.